All right, interview part 2. What are two of your greatest strengths that you will bring to us? I think that one of my great strengths is work ethic. If I have a task that has to be done, I can hammer it out and get it done, and I'm not afraid of that. And I know that I can work until the job's done, and I know that it'll always get done. And I think that that's probably one of my best strengths. And I also think that another strength would be my flexibility. I mean, I can be thrown quite a curveball before it really gets to me, and I have seemed in the past, anyways, to always find a way to figure something out. And I think that that's another strength because sometimes in your job you don't know what's going to happen next, and you got to just adapt to it and move on. That's I think another strength of mine. Please tell me about a weakness that you have and how you're working on it. I would say one of my weaknesses might be planning because I feel that sometimes I have a little too much confidence in myself, and I think that I can go in there and just kind of have at it, and I'll figure it out and get it done. But sometimes that's not the right way to do things, and sometimes you need to plan things out, and you need to be prepared. And sometimes I just don't do that quite well enough. But I have been working on it, and at the end of this last semester, I actually had a few projects that I spent a little extra time on than I probably normally would have, and they came out a lot better. So I learned through experience that that is the better way to do things. Tell me about a project or activity that didn't work out so well. What did you learn from your mistakes? Um, well, I had a project with a partner, and well, what happened was is um, we were supposed to be emailing each other back and forth and getting this project prepared, and we really hadn't been doing a very good job communicating with each other, and I did part of it and he did part of it, and then when we went to come together, then he had done all of it, and uh, it was, I would say, it was no one's more fault than others, but we both didn't do a very good job of communicating on that, and it just didn't turn out good at the end. And what I've learned from that is that it's all about communication. Um, if you're working with a group of people, or even a partner, you have to communicate very well in order for those things to work out. And I think I've carried that on from that experience. What qualities do you think a successful team player should have? I think that a successful team player should be able to listen to people, should be able to, if they have ideas, should be able to express those ideas, because everybody has good ideas, and if you have them, you can't be afraid to speak up and say them, because you might have the best idea out there, but nobody else thought of it, and if you don't say anything, that idea is going to go unnoticed. You have to have the ability to compromise, because what seems like a great idea to you might not seem like a great idea to somebody else, and vice versa. But you need to compromise in the middle so that everybody's happy, or at least happier. Um, I think that those are some important qualities for a team player, and it's just important to be able to. Communication is really the key with teams. You have to be able to talk, and people have to be able to feel comfortable enough to talk. And some people don't want to speak their mind unless they do feel comfortable. So you got to really be able to make everybody feel comfortable in the group, and make sure that everybody's getting their ideas out there, because that's what you're putting a group for, is to widen the base of ideas. And if you're not doing that, then you might as well not be in a group. Uh, what two skills or personality traits do you feel best suit you for this position? I feel that for personality traits, I'm pretty outgoing, and I can generally talk to most anybody. I can figure out kind of what maybe they're interested in, and roll on that. make the person feel comfortable, I guess, and get them to kind of talk and just listen. Um, Another skill, I think that personally, I think that I can read people pretty well, and see where they're going with something, and maybe just kind of feed off their what they're going with, and I think that as far as that for communication and getting the most out of somebody else, I feel I'm pretty good at that. Uh, what have you recently done that shows you initiative and willingness to work? Um, well, I think that just by going to work every day, I have a willingness to work. I have I have bills to pay, and I'm willing to go to work to pay them, and that's 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 my showing that I have willingness to work is just going every day, working hard, and trying to be there all the time, and that's what I do.